was your initial reaction to everything?
I initially gave my parents a call, talked to my dad before my mom. My mom's a little more of a stress ball than my dad is, and I was talking to him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's just a hurricane. We'll be fine. Nothing major." But as it started to go closer and closer, we heard news of it getting bigger and bigger, and my parents started getting more worried about it, obviously. And then about 3-4 days before the hurricane hit, there was a mandatory evacuation for the 2 counties around my town, and that's when it started getting really serious. And until that point, I hadn't been nervous about it, because so many hurricanes go through Florida every year. But it started really setting in, I think, a couple days before, when I was talking to my parents about how serious it actually was going to become. I was pretty nervous about it, especially my parents being down there and everything.
Where are your parents staying? Just to bunker down and whatnot?
Yeah, they actually stayed at the house there. We got the calls for the evacuation, and my dad, being the hard-nosed guy that he is, said we're staying put, and went out, bought timber, and boarded up the windows and everything, and they hunkered down, and no power or anything. So
you played last week, had a good game at that too, but where was your mindset? Does lacrosse kind of offer an escape to, I guess, what's happening back at home?
Yeah, no, definitely. I was pretty worried about it because I think it was a Saturday game, and the storm was set to hit that evening. And as soon as I put on the pads and started playing, I kind of forgot about it and got out of my head.
How do your teammates feel about all this? Do your teammates kind of frequently come up to you to see how everything's doing?
They definitely gave me a lot of support during that time, and got a lot of support from Tim and the rest of the team, the coaches and everything. So it was really helpful having them there.
Was there a conversation in particular that you had with Tim about the situation?
Yeah, before that Saturday game, we actually had a pretty serious conversation about it, and in the locker room, when he was giving the pre-meeting talk, we had a moment of silence for all the people in Florida, my family and everything. So
it's a little disconcerting. I mean, you see what's going on in the Caribbean with islands being wiped out. What happened in terms of Ian Macleod was we had a game coming up on a Saturday, the same day that the storm was due to hit his hometown, and I was in touch with his father to find out what's going on. I'm familiar with the area. My own son went to school down at IMG Academy along with Ian, and it's a very vulnerable area, so it's distracting. You're worried about the safety of your family more so than anything else. So it was a pretty emotional weekend watching the hurricane. Of course, now with 24/7 news coverage, you can see the storm rolling in to Florida. So in the end, they were all okay, but it was a distraction.
He mentioned that he's spoken to you about it as well, and you've approached him about the whole situation. I guess, how did that talk go with him?
It went fine. Before the game started, I just wanted to make sure he was feeling okay to play. He said he felt okay. He'd been in touch with his parents. He felt confident that they had a good structure in their home. They had the anti-hurricane structure, so I think he felt okay about that. But after the next day or two, I kept in touch with Ian. I communicated with his family, and they worked out okay. They were all fine.
And he also mentioned that you guys had a moment of silence in the locker room. I guess take me through that. And
yeah, I mean, I guess it was interesting. I found that we happened to be playing here in McGill, and we found ourselves in a smaller locker room than normal. And I just likened it to kind of being maybe what it might be like being a hurricane bunker down in Florida. And it struck me that we're a family too as a team, and his family was down in Florida in a bunker, in their home, inside a structure within their home. So we just took a moment of silence to hope that to pray for the Macleods and all the people in Florida as they endured the hurricane.